It's Tuesday morning, 6:46 on a Tuesday morning. We started work today at 5 o'clock. Came in, we're doing the off-site transfer for the big box at Alamoana. So we got a full 45-foot container filled with dunnage and returns. And we're bringing it down here to this off-site warehouse where I guess they sort through it. We'll stand by, they'll offload, and then they'll reload with returns and dunnage going to their mainland facility. So we'll take that back to the shipping terminal, Santa Ana. Nice easy run on a Tuesday morning. This is probably the most difficult part right here, backing into their warehouse. Sometimes the parking lot is more empty and we can drive in forward, which is a little bit easier. We got 2 containers, a delivery truck, and there's also a delivery truck on the dock at the moment, so we'll have to wait until they finish up. Gives me time to wipe down the truck after all the rain yesterday from the hurricane. I completely forgot the camera at home yesterday, so I've got to stop doing that. So we'll just pull up here. Shut it down and give them a call, let them know we're here. Yeah, this is Max, a truck driver with DHX. I just arrived at the Alamoana transfer. Roger. So this will be right here. 6:49. Takes them about an hour and a half. So I got some time to do a little work on the truck here. Well, it's 9 o'clock. We got our dunnage offloaded and reloaded and then brought into the shipping terminal here. And went to the bathroom. Saw an old garbage truck driver. Found out that his father-in-law passed away, which used to be the general operations manager for the garbage company I used to work for. So that was sad. 265,569. Delta 20, stall 15. to this LTL that's going back to our terminal. It's off of yesterday's ship. Get hooked up, get it pre-tripped. Oh, it's a little high. So we'll have to crank that down a little bit before we can get hooked up to it. Looks like we got the king tide bringing up the seawater through the drains here. So we got the container lowered and the LTL pre-trip, took it back to the terminal and put it on dock number 9. Checked in with dispatch and they gave us this run, which was on dock number 2. Full 40-foot container full of pool supplies. Headed down here to this warehouse in Mapuna Puna. If you didn't know, pool supplies are pretty heavy. It's usually chlorine tablets, muriatic acid, soda ash. All of them are pretty heavy. This driveway's got a bit of a hump, and sometimes even with the landing gear all the way up, you can't clear it. Because the container's heavy, you can't drag it. A little tricky. My new truck 353 had a really hard time getting in and out of here. I think this truck has got a little more height to it, so I think it barely makes it. So we'll see. Yeah, this is not an easy delivery. Just not enough room and too much traffic. They're waiting on us. We're in the best part of the hump here, but get over it. Yeah. This truck just barely makes it. I think all the years of barely making it over that hump, we would have made a groove where we wouldn't be touching it anymore, but there's a little bit of a groove. movement of the day. In my twisted little world, 10 o'clock is lunchtime. 11 o'clock is time to take a nap. But we dropped off the pool supplies, and then our next was to pick up a 20-foot empty container from the Inter-Island Shipping Terminal and take it out to a window company in the Campbell Industrial area. But ever since Friday, there haven't been any 20-foot containers available at the Inter-Island Terminal. So we went over there just to double check, and sure enough, there weren't any there. I got double teamed. One guy was helping me, and then the other guy came along and helped out, so I went faster than I thought I would. Good service, good service. So yeah, there weren't any empty 20s, so we bobtailed back to the terminal, and they gave us this run, which is a full 40-foot container going over to a competitor's warehouse. My guess is they're short drivers just like everybody else. When we were doing the convention center for the Pokemon tournament, we were helping out a competitor trucking company that we helped quite a bit. It must be getting busy because it's the first time I've helped out this trucking company in quite a few years. But that's what we do. We work for everyone. So we get these pins locked on this container, get this container out gated. The warehouse we're going to is about 2.5 miles away, so it should be a nice easy run. And then we're going to go do another run for them from the customs inspection station out by the airport. Pick up a container from there and take it back to their warehouse. That'll be more like 3 miles. Easy work. But first, we gotta get this locked down and get the container outdated. This will be our 5th movement of the day. Well, we dropped off that first container from the shipping terminal to the warehouse there in Kalidi. Then we bobtailed over here to the customs inspection station here by the airport. This is where you bring certain containers, get tagged. I don't know how it happens, but they bring them down here, they take everything out, they go through it, and they put everything back in. Usually it's construction material. Right down here on Lagoon Drive, though, nice area. So now we make our way back to the same warehouse where we took the first container. It's a competitor. They do exactly the same thing we do. It's just a little smaller operation. But they've been around for as long as our company's been around. I think they're affiliated with the FedEx though, and they they have some big corporate sponsors. That would make this the 5th movement or 6th movement of the day. Headed back into Kalihi. So it's 1:31, working on our 7th container movement of the day. Again, a container movement to me is when you just hook up to a container, you move it somewhere and you drop it off. On an average day, and I try to do more than average, but on an average day, start work around 6, move 8 containers, get done around 3. So it works out to about a container an hour. We're now working on our 7th container movement of the day. It's 1:32. The shipping terminal was closed for lunch from 11:15 to 1 o'clock. So we're kind of in a queue here to get our empty container stripped off. After we dropped the full over at that competitor, just bobtailed a few blocks away to a moving company and picked up this empty 40-foot container. This was a load of furniture going to the Marriott in Waikiki. So the moving company, I guess, took the furniture down to the timeshare hotel. Hopefully somewhere on the waterfront. Check in with dispatch. I'm sure there's some more empties out in the community. The community list is a solid 3 pages, so that usually means we're working till 3. It's 1:30. Room on the waterfront. Picking up our 8th container of the day. We came back to the same moving company we were just at on the last run. That was number 14 on the list. This one's number 54 on the list. I think there's one more over here, but that was delivered today, so it's probably not available yet. Out of their yard. From here back to the shipping terminal is about 2 miles. few this time around because they've been open for an hour. It's a never-ending job of trying to get rid of the rattles in the truck. You can actually see this rattle. It's right there in that mirror. The mirror's loose inside the frame, so it rattles, shakes. Not too bad like now, but when it's raining and it's got raindrops on the mirror, you can't make out anything. It's like looking through a kaleidoscope. But yeah, we'll get this container back to the shipping terminal, get rid of it. We might have time for one more. We'll see. 301. Working on our, what was this, 9th movement now? We took that second empty from the moving company into the shipping terminal. Then we bobtailed over to a bag company, like school bags, you know, satchels, backpacks. They always get busy around the beginning of school year because that's what you do, you go out and buy a backpack for school. So we got this empty 40-foot container. It's going to the international shipping terminal, which is on the other side of the harbor here where the Pier 1's at. Aloha Tower in downtown Honolulu. This is downtown Honolulu here on the left. Chinatown and the financial district basically, and there's a historical district also that make up downtown Honolulu. Over Nimitz Highway, right where we are right now. It's going to go right down this section of Nimitz Highway someday. That's why there's so much construction going on, because of all the infrastructure that's got to be put on the ground. So like everywhere else that the train goes, it's got the area pretty tore up. This light, but just after the next light here, off to the left, it's going to go between those two buildings there straight ahead. I guess they're going to have to get rid of all those big trees. It's going to be interesting. Definitely saving the hardest part for last. So hopefully with all their experience over the years, they can do the last section the fastest. But yeah, making our way to the Inter-Island Shipping Terminal. I don't know if there's any more after this, but we'll see. That's it. shut it down. I gotta get this fan out. Turn on that. Turn on this. That's on. That's on. That's on. Yeah, just make sure all the housekeeping's taken care of. So what we do today, we came in at 5. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 movements. I didn't write the mileage in. 444,000. 092. That's it? Yeah. Wow. 9 movements, but we only drove 67 miles. No mileage at all. Is that right? Yeah, we didn't go anywhere today. We just stayed right here in town. So that made the day easy. What made the day hard is nine different containers. Always. There was one, I think, where we, stood by offloaded, the first one. So that's 8 containers you're hooking up and unhooking. Truck ran well. We'll be out of here by, it's 3:45 now, so I'll try to get out by 4 o'clock. Should be no problem. Off tomorrow. There's a safety meeting tomorrow, but I got the bullet points, so I won't be coming in for it. We'll just read that tomorrow when I'm off. So we're gonna head on home, make something for dinner. I got stir fry on the mind. I want a pasta stir fry, so that's gonna probably have shrimp, some chow sum, carrots, onions, mushrooms, and that should be good enough. Probably like a butter garlic sauce on pasta. And maybe I can convince my wife to make a salad. If not, I'll make it. But that's what's for dinner. A stir fry pasta shrimp thingy. Yeah, I love to cook, but I don't follow any recipes. I don't try to duplicate any type of food. I just get stuff and add to it, you know. If it doesn't taste savory enough, I just add some savory stuff. So yeah, nothing fancy, but usually it's good enough to keep me 40 pounds overweight. And I like it. My wife and I, we don't eat out at all. We eat out maybe a handful of times a year. That's it. Like handful, five, maybe 6. Okay, maybe 7. But that's it. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We all take care of ourselves. And being hurricane season, my wife likes to stock up. So if Armageddon starts tomorrow, we're good for 3 months, because the supplies are in the house, including toilet paper. And that's just the way I was raised. I was raised in hurricane, area. So we always had tons of food in the house and took care of ourselves. My closest neighbor growing up as a kid was a mile away. That was the closest neighbor. And knew them fairly well. We used to play and skateboard, and when we got like 12, 13, we taught each other how to drive, and it was fun. We grew up very country, and now I live in the suburbs. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Aloha. All right, somebody said I should update my intro to my videos, and I don't know. The reason is this is the truck I drive now, 334. It's nowhere near as nice as 328 is in my eyes. And it's a prettier truck, I think. It's got nice chrome, international. I don't know what to say about this truck. It's just a work truck, you know. It's a small truck. It's got a small motor in it, but it's very nimble. It's very, very maneuverable. Gets in and out of tight spaces with hardly any problem at all. But it's nothing special. It's just a tool. I always find it funny when people name their trucks. Yeah. I've never done that. This truck does have a name though. It's 334. Anyway, we're gonna head on home. Maybe we'll make a new intro. We'll see.